Simple Queen 10 million. Have you ever wondered whether an ordinary-looking quarter in your pocket could be worth far more than 25 cents? Today, we're diving into one of the biggest myths and most fascinating stories in American coin collecting. Many people online talk about 1978 bicentennial quarters selling for millions of dollars, but here's the truth. The official U.S. bicentennial quarter was created to celebrate America's 200th anniversary of independence, and it carries the dual date 1776, 1976, not 1978. That special design was introduced to honor the nation's history and was struck in enormous numbers, making most examples common. However, a very small number with unusual mint errors, exceptional preservation, or special collector finishes have attracted serious attention from collectors. Welcome to another exciting journey into the world of rare American coins, where history, mystery, and hidden treasures come together. The bicentennial quarter was designed to celebrate 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Instead of the traditional eagle on the reverse, the coin features a colonial drummer standing proudly beside a victory torch surrounded by 13 stars, symbolizing the original colonies. On the front, George Washington's portrait remained, while the special dual date 1776, 1976 reminded Americans of the nation's remarkable journey from its founding to its bicentennial celebration. Millions of these coins entered everyday circulation so that ordinary citizens could own a piece of this historic event. Although many people mistakenly connect the bicentennial design with 1978, no official bicentennial quarter was issued with a 1978 date. Like every modern circulating U.S. quarter of that era, the standard bicentennial quarter was made from a copper core sandwiched between layers of copper nickel. The composition was approximately 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, giving the coin its familiar silver-colored appearance while keeping production costs reasonable. Each standard quarter weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Special collector editions were also produced in 40% silver, but these were sold directly to collectors rather than released into general circulation. The materials were carefully selected to ensure durability because these coins were expected to pass through millions of hands across the United States. One of the biggest questions collectors ask is whether these quarters are actually worth millions of dollars. The answer is that the overwhelming majority are still worth only their face value of 25 cents, or perhaps a few dollars if they remain in attractive uncirculated condition. Better quality examples certified by professional grading services can sell for tens or even hundreds of dollars. Certain silver-proof versions may bring higher prices depending on their condition. Rare mint errors, such as dramatic off-center strikes, major double strikes, or wrong planchet errors, can become significantly more valuable because they are genuinely scarce and highly desirable among collectors. Their value depends on rarity, condition, and collector demand rather than the date alone. Many videos and social media posts claim that every bicentennial quarter is worth millions of dollars, but collectors should approach such claims with caution. Truly extraordinary prices are reserved for exceptionally rare coins that combine outstanding preservation with unusual characteristics. A coin found in everyday circulation is usually not a millionaire-making discovery. Experienced collectors examine the mint mark, strike quality, luster, surface preservation, and any genuine mint errors before estimating value. Professional authentication is essential because even small differences can dramatically affect what a coin is worth in the marketplace. If you believe you have an unusual bicentennial quarter, never clean or polish it. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and reduce its collector value. Instead, hold the coin carefully by its edges, store it in a protective holder, and compare it with known examples. Look for unusual features such as missing clad layers, dramatic doubling, clipped planchets, or other striking errors. If your coin appears genuinely different, having it examined by a respected professional grading service can help determine whether it has collectible significance. The story of the bicentennial quarter is about much more than money. It represents a celebration of American history, national pride, and one of the largest commemorative coin programs ever undertaken by the United States Mint. Every coin carries the memory of the country's 200th birthday, making it a meaningful keepsake even when it isn't financially valuable. For many collectors, the excitement comes not from becoming instantly wealthy, but from discovering the history behind each coin and understanding why certain examples become rare over time. As you search through your pocket change, remember that knowledge is your greatest treasure. While most bicentennial quarters will never be worth millions, learning how to identify authentic varieties, preserve coins correctly, and recognize genuine mint errors can make your collecting journey far more rewarding. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes the most valuable discovery is the history you uncover along the way. If you enjoy learning about rare US coins, hidden mint errors, and fascinating pieces of American history, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more incredible coin stories that could inspire your next great collection. Have you ever looked at a quarter in your pocket and wondered if it could be worth a fortune? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring one of the biggest myths and most fascinating topics in American coin collecting, the idea that an ordinary-looking quarter could be worth life-changing money. You may have seen claims online about a 1985p bicentennial quarter worth $1.2 million, but before you get too excited, let's separate fact from fiction while uncovering what truly makes certain US quarters valuable. The real treasure isn't simply the date on the coin, it's the story behind it, the condition it has survived in, and the rare mistakes that sometimes occur during the minting process. The first thing every collector should know is that a genuine bicentennial quarter was produced to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence and carries the dual date, 1776-1976. Because of this, a 1985 quarter is not a bicentennial quarter. The 1985p Washington quarter is a regular circulation coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That doesn't mean it has no value, but it does mean that dramatic claims about every 1985p quarter being worth $1.2 million are not supported by reliable numismatic evidence. The exciting reality is that collectors don't chase ordinary coins simply because of their year. They search for exceptional examples with remarkable preservation or unusual minting errors. So what can transform a common quarter into a collector's dream? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and mint errors. A quarter that escaped circulation immediately after leaving the mint may still display its original brilliant luster decades later. Coins graded at the highest mint state levels are far scarcer than most people realize because even tiny scratches, fingerprints, or contact marks reduce a coin's grade. In addition, unusual mint errors such as dramatic off-center strikes, major die cracks, broad strikes, double strikes, or other verified production mistakes can attract significant collector interest. These are the kinds of characteristics that create excitement in auctions, not simply an ordinary coin with a common date. Another important factor is authentication. Many people believe they have discovered a rare coin after watching an exciting video online, but experienced collectors always verify their finds through professional grading services before assuming extraordinary value. Authentication confirms whether a coin is genuine, whether it has been altered, and whether any unusual features are true mint errors rather than post-mint damage. This careful process protects both buyers and sellers and helps establish realistic market values instead of relying on internet rumors or exaggerated headlines. The history of the Washington quarter itself adds to its appeal. Introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, the design has become one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Over the decades, billions of quarters have entered circulation, yet only a tiny fraction have become highly collectible because of exceptional preservation, low survival rates in top grades, or fascinating minting mistakes. That is why experienced collectors study every detail under magnification, examining the lettering, date, mint characteristics, rim, and overall strike quality before deciding whether a coin deserves closer attention. If you own a 1985p Washington quarter, don't assume it is either worthless or worth millions. Start by examining it carefully in good lighting without cleaning it. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce collector value. Look for sharp details, original mint luster, unusual striking characteristics, or obvious mint errors. Store the coin safely in a protective holder and compare it with known examples before making any conclusions. Sometimes a coin's story is far more interesting than its price, and learning to identify genuine collectible features is one of the most rewarding parts of the hobby. The world of coin collecting is filled with incredible discoveries, but it is also filled with myths. Sensational headlines often suggest that every old coin is worth a fortune, yet the truth is more exciting because genuine rarities earn their value through rarity, demand, historical significance, and verified authenticity. The thrill comes from the hunt itself, searching through pocket change, inherited collections, or old coin jars, hoping to find something truly unusual. Every collector starts with curiosity, and every remarkable discovery begins with taking a closer look at an ordinary coin. So before you spend your next quarter, take a moment to inspect it carefully. While an ordinary 1985p quarter is not automatically a million-dollar treasure, understanding what truly creates rarity can help you recognize a special coin if one ever appears in your collection. Keep learning, keep searching, and enjoy the history hidden in every piece of American currency. If you enjoy honest, educational, and exciting stories about rare U.S. coins, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment about the most interesting coin you've ever found, and join us in the next video as we uncover more fascinating mysteries from the world of coin collecting. Have you ever looked at the loose change in your pocket and wondered if one ordinary-looking quarter could be hiding an extraordinary story? Today we're exploring one of the biggest myths and most fascinating topics in coin collecting, the so-called 1985p bicentennial quarter worth $10,000 million. Before we begin, it's important to know one fact that surprises many collectors. The United States bicentennial quarter was actually minted only with the special dual date, 1776-1976, to celebrate America's 200th birthday. A regular 1985 quarter is not a bicentennial coin. Even so, rare 1985p Washington quarters can attract collector interest if they have exceptional condition or unusual mint errors, and that's where the real excitement begins. Sometimes the truth is even more interesting than the rumors. The 1985p Washington quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint for everyday commerce. Millions of these coins entered circulation, making the standard version very common and worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, collectors know that not every coin is identical. A tiny mistake during the minting process or decades of careful preservation can separate one coin from millions of others. This is why experienced numismatists never judge a coin by its date alone. They carefully inspect the strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and any unusual characteristics that could make a coin stand out from the rest. One of the biggest reasons people become excited about a 1985p quarter is the possibility of mint errors. These errors can include off-center strikes, double strikes, clip planchets, die cracks, die breaks, or dramatic misalignments created during production. Not every error increases a coin's value significantly, but some unusual and well-preserved examples can attract strong interest from collectors. The combination of a genuine mint error and excellent condition is far more important than sensational internet headlines claiming every old quarter is worth millions of dollars. Condition is another factor that can completely change a coin's value. A quarter that has spent decades in circulation usually shows scratches, worn details, and faded luster. On the other hand, a coin that remains in pristine mint state condition may appear almost exactly as it did on the day it left the mint. Professional grading services evaluate these coins using strict standards, and the highest graded examples often command much stronger prices than average coins. This is why collectors handle valuable coins carefully and avoid cleaning them. since cleaning can permanently reduce their collectible value. Many videos and social media posts claim that ordinary quarters are worth billions or tens of millions of dollars overnight. Those stories certainly grab attention, but successful collectors rely on evidence rather than excitement alone. Truly record-breaking coin sales usually involve extremely rare varieties, unique minting mistakes, historic patterns, or one-of-a-kind specimens with documented auction histories. While valuable discoveries do happen, they are exceptional cases rather than the rule. Understanding this difference helps collectors build knowledge instead of unrealistic expectations. If you think you have an interesting 1985p quarter, begin with a careful inspection under good lighting. Look for sharp details, unusual doubling, missing design elements, or obvious striking errors. Compare it with a normal quarter from the same year to see whether anything appears different. If the coin seems genuinely unusual, it may be worth having it examined by a professional coin dealer or submitted to a respected grading service. An expert evaluation is the best way to determine whether your coin is simply interesting or genuinely collectible. Coin collecting is about much more than chasing enormous prices. Every coin represents a piece of history, reflecting the era in which it was produced and the technology used to create it. A simple Washington quarter can inspire curiosity about American history, minting techniques, and the fascinating world of numismatics. Many collectors discover that the excitement of learning, searching, and completing collections becomes just as rewarding as finding a valuable coin. Knowledge is often the greatest treasure in the hobby. So is a 1985p quarter automatically worth $10,000 million simply because someone says so? No, there is no verified evidence that a normal 1985p Washington quarter has sold for anything close to that amount, and a 1985 quarter is not a bicentennial issue. Nevertheless, carefully preserved coins with genuine and significant mint errors can be worth far more than face value, making them well worth examining before spending them. The next time you receive a quarter in your change, take a closer look. It may not make you an instant billionaire, but it could open the door to one of the most fascinating hobbies in the world, and perhaps even lead to a remarkable collector's discovery.